Your expositions.
Series, yeah, I got to start a series called The Expositions,
What is that?
where I expose everybody in that fantasy league some way, somehow. Start bringing in like
S-
random photos and explaining what happened in this photo. Or this is the time to expose the people of the league.
Are
Who
you
are they
gonna?
really?
Oh, I forgot to tell you about the email. I totally. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you about that because that's
Yeah, I
vitally
was
important for
confused about
this.
that because I got a
Um,
long email from
did you
somebody.
get did you get that email
I got a long email
from
from
Riley?
Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So every week, the biggest loser, you won't have to write one. You won't. The biggest loser has to like the person who has the least amount of points, whatever, has to
throughout the
write it.
whole
Yeah,
league.
yeah, and the whole league, the 12-man league, whoever the had the lowest points has to write an email to the whole league and just kind of doing a
What are
recap.
you doing? What are you doing? You got a balloon?
A balloon.
She got a
Oh
freaking
my.
balloon.
Oh gee, she's probably the happiest girl ever.
Say hi.
Hello. Hello. Opponent scout.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, so you have to write an email just basically recapping or just making fun of the other people, basically is how it is. Nothing crazy.
So you have to really think about it.
Yeah, not like super. You don't have to put a whole lot of effort into it. Sometimes, like I've made videos. I made a video. Sean's made a rap. There's somebody made a song. Um, a variety of things. Like you could do kind of whatever you want, but it's got to be an email sent the day before. I believe it has to be sent. So it'd have to be sent Saturday of the following week. If that makes sense.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
I don't think I will, but yeah. Like
you
I
would.
don't think I will have to. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Some
The
people
people
won't.
who suck are the ones that they'll
You
have
never
to
know,
write
dude.
those all
You
the time.
freaking never know in this freaking league, dude. You never.
Oh, I freaking know. Trust me.
Please.
Trust.
You don't even know, dude. I mean, I'm just, like this is what Gavin. We've dealt with Gavin for over the years. Never touched his lineup, and then you play him, and he's got like two bench players, but then he's got like he blows you out with like 30 points with his defense, 30 points with his receiver, and it was just like, why? This should have been an easy win, but
Easy dubs.
he's just like then all of a sudden his whole team, like everyone else, just goes off. And you're like, frick. And Riley's always like, Kevin, you'd be in the playoffs. You'd have a chance to win if you actually like put some effort. You don't have to put like a whole lot of effort in, just a little bit of effort. And man, it's funny though. I love the kid to death. He's a great kid, but he's just I don't think he
Yeah.
knows anything about fantasy football because when he was drafting, it seemed like he was just drafting people
Just
from
drafting to
like
draft.
yeah. I just think he had no idea who he was drafting, so he would like draft guys that he just knew their name. Like he drafted three
Oh.
quarterbacks and like and like quarterbacks that are like were out like Kyler Murray and then Russell Wilson and I mean he had Lamar Jackson, which it's all right. Not like a I don't know.
It's not like a great pick.
Right.
There's other ones that are pretty good. My thing is now I'm freaking staring at my stupid fantasy all day. Hmm.
Is
Who
that
can I
is
pick up?
oh yeah, that's right. This is your only league now.
This is my only league this year. And the only reason I did it was because I want to be able to play with you next year.
That's all that we
unless I
freaking
get voted
wanted.
out.
No, no one's gonna vote you out as long as you don't do something
Well,
stupid
I
or
got
you get.
voted not to come in the first time.
Yeah, but as soon as you're in, you're not gonna be able to get out until you like quit.
Shut your freaking mouth.
You have no idea the
You have
freaking
no
pain
freaking clue.
that this whole league has been in. The years, the pain.
Mm.
We have had so many people come in and out. My dad, my brother, Andy was the guy that's texting you. He was in for a little bit, but then he quit,
What
and
guy?
then he,
What guy that's texting me?
well, in the group chat. For those of you that are tuning in on this conversation, Matthew just joined in on my family's fantasy football league, and he's getting a bunch of freaking crap right now. He can't freaking handle it. The guy who's saying, "Not if I expose myself." That's Andy,
Ooh, Andy.
and he was in it for I think he was in it for the beginning, and then he quit. Then he came back, and so now, and there's other, we've had a variety of people come in and out of the whole the league. So, but they haven't been like send 200 stars to see your comment here. What in the world? Please tell me you didn't do that. Sorry, I'm looking at our Facebook thing and seeing this message. I don't want. I don't care about stars. If our freaking Facebook thing is telling people to freaking give us stars, I didn't choose that. It's not me. I swear.
Not me.
I don't care about
It
that.
said send 200 stars to see your comment here.
To see your
Uh,
comment here.
no, just put the freaking message in. Don't pay to
Yeah,
put your
well,
message in.
yeah, just put a freaking message. We'll freaking. I don't care about getting paid, guys. Not yet. Freaking, we'll plan on freaking doing that in a while.
Down
You
the
know what I
road.
mean?
Down the
Down a
freaking
freaking
road.
road. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. The
Oh man, dude. So
well,
Regan, big news for you. You were out last week. You went up to the Boundary Waters. How
yep.
was your Boundary Waters trip? Tell us about it. Tell us what you did.
Well, if you guys have been listening to the podcast for a while or know anything about the podcast, Matthew and I have had the longest debate probably known to mankind about Boundary Waters or a cruise. Um, anyways, but I love the Boundary Waters. It is a great time. I enjoy it. I love the time that I get to spend with my family, as well as just enjoy the time that I get by myself to really just reflect on myself, life, and just try to be a better man in that way. So, yeah, I'm trying to trying to be a better guy in every way I can, and I don't want to ever stop or ever think that I'm a good guy or anything like that, because I can always be better. So it was a great time. I should have sent some photos
Ooh.
to the. Maybe I can do it real quick.
Here,
So
I
I
can do
can.
it. I can do it since you're talking. Talk about your.
y- You can.
You sent
Did
me all the photos.
I didn't send you all the photos.
You sent me a crap ton of
I
photos.
did not send you a crap ton.
Yeah, of all the fish you caught, man.
Oh, just a
And all the
fish, but
freaking
not
crap you
like the
did.
whole thing.
I was
It's
gonna send you a bunch of stuff, you loser.
it,
So that way you
it's
didn't sit here in limbo like you're about to, because
well,
oh my
the thing is,
gosh,
oh,
I just saw what happened with the
what?
with the freaking porta potty.
Oh yeah, finally.
What?
That's, there you go. I'm gonna add that
Where
one.
was that?
That here you go. I'm gonna here you go. I'm gonna send this. I
What the heck? Was
I'm
that
sending
you?
that. No.
Oh.
Okay. So I well um let me let me hopefully that'll send. let me try this here. Okay, so I'll keep going with the Boundary Waters, and then we'll talk a little bit about that freaking thing because that's hilarious. I got to make sure that are you did you oh, I don't know what you're sending yourself. Yeah, it was such a relaxed, chill weekend up in the Boundary Waters. If you guys don't get out there or have never been out there, I would highly recommend getting out there. There's just something different um being out in the wilderness where there's no like machines, you can't hear any airplanes, you can't hear any like motors, and no like there's no um buildings or anything like that. It's just you in the wilderness and you can just go exploring, go fishing, enjoy just what God created. Um, and that's I love that. I love that so much. You feel so manly too. Come back, freaking show off your fish. Freaking, I ate all that fish that I freaking caught. Matthew, are you freaking tweeting right now? I get all your notifications. I cannot believe you. Okay. Anyways, to now talked about this porta potty because it showed up right away on my thing. Um, Saturday after the football game, my wife and I went to a winery, and we I had to go to the bathroom, and it's pouring rain out, and I am needing to use the bathroom. And they have this long strip of well, it's actually more like a U curve of porta potties. And I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go. And so I opened the first porta potty, and this is the first thing I see. Viewer's discretion is advised in this for this photo. This is oh come on load. Oh, you can see it. It's on the stream. That right there, I I, I was baffled. My mind blew up to think. I mean, not only just how disgusting that is, but to think that somebody had to go so bad that they just barely just had the pants down just enough and it just came out. And I can imagine the person saying, "Oh gosh," and then just going crazy. And then I don't know what happened after that. I don't know what like do you just like, oh no. What do I do now? What's next? What's next? Are you saying I can't hear
What if
you?
there's a line
Oh,
behind you?
right. I mean, this is it's a bit it's Saturday.
Yeah.
There's gotta be at least, you know, 10, 15 people waiting to use the bathroom. And then you go and you do this and you walk out and what do you how do you act? What do you say? What do you how do you this guy right next the last guy here, man, he did
freaking
something
take
real
it off the
bad.
screen.
Oh,
Gross. This thing's
am I bad?
freaking nasty.
Well, dude.
I mean, it
Yeah,
is
I
our
was
pre-show, but whatever.
it was the friggin' pre-show, dude. The friggin' pre-show. So that was my Saturday. I was like, man, that's one thing. That's like I just got done yelling my freaking voice out. And then coming in and freaking seeing somebody rip their freaking butthole out with that. It was just, you know,
You saw them do that?
my problem on Saturday is I wrecked my upper part. Somebody else wrecked their bottom part. And that's kind of how it went, you know?
Wow.
That's how it freaking went. But oh, Matthew, let's talk about this freaking Saturday. You had, well, I guess we had, but you're more involved in the Crown College football team than I am. So I am your guys' biggest fan, biggest support, in your weekly update for Crown College football. Um, you guys played not Simpson. You played
Austin
Austin
College.
College. Um, and talk to me kind of the game plan going in to this game.
I think I mean we knew that they were going to get after it. We knew that they were a pretty physical team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think going into it, we knew like, hey, we're gonna have to play our butts off to win this game, essentially, right? Like they had a
Yeah,
pretty decent D line. They had a pretty decent, um, just group of players. Um, and so we knew going into it, it's going to be a dogfight until the end. Um, and unfortunately, we just didn't execute enough.
yeah,
We had sparks and hopes or and moments, excuse me, but we just need to continue to play in that realm like a whole 4 quarters, right? Like
yeah,
we'll play one quarter really really well, then we play the next quarter really bad, and then the next quarter we play really well, and then we play the next quarter really bad. And so that's four. It's 4 games in a row where we've been hot, we've been off, we've been hot, we've been off, and pretty inconsistent, right? Other than
mm-hmm.
Simpson was about the only one, but then we still ended up, the last quarter of the game we didn't score very much because you know we just didn't execute as much. Um,
Right.
and so I think that was the name of the game is we didn't execute enough. And I mean, we're a young team, so we're the highs are high and the lows are low. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, that's just the case. Um, but there is hope. There is hope. We're coming into conference play this week. We play this week we play Westminster, and Westminster has not been the team that they've always been. Um, they used to be pretty. They used to be okay, like middle of the road. To the upper part of the UMAC.
yep,
Um, but these last year and this year, it's not looking like that. Um, and that's just the name of the game. So this week, big battle is going to come down to not discounting the opponent. Like that can easily happen. Do not discount
yeah.
the opponent and come out and execute.
Yeah, that's I think I agree. Westminster does not look good on film. They don't look as physical or how. I mean, this is. I mean, I'm just gonna be. I've seen the film with them, and they are. They're not. This is a team we should easily, you know,
Obliterate.
yeah, we have plenty of like our. I don't know. I I don't want to go like too. I guess I'll tell you my freaking 2 cents because I want to freaking tell you my freaking 2 cents. I'm gonna freaking
Okay.
tell you my freaking 2 cents. This last game against Austin College, I don't think I think you guys did fantastic. I think the only thing you needed to work on are the small things. The things that really kept you down were the fumbles, the penalties, those type of things that were keeping you down. That really set you back a little bit, and then that it's hard to come back and try to get a first down when it's 3rd and 20 or whatever, 2nd and 20, and you're trying to just play catch up to yourself. Um, and I think you guys really just need to focus on the little things here. You got the talent. There's no doubt about that. The guys know their place. There's no doubt about that. It's just the little things that you need to work on. The false starts, the holding calls, the unsportsmanlike
Shooting
conducts
ourselves in the
called.
foot.
Yeah, you guys are literally shooting yourselves in the foot. But those are preventable things that you can stop yourself from doing by just taking a few steps of just mentally focusing yourself in pre-week in the the your this week when you're preparing yourself for Westminster. um I think you guys are doing fantastic. You guys are really showing up to a lot of these big colleges that are not like saying they're really good, but like I mean they're good colleges. They're not bad colleges. Austin College is from Texas, and I would hear from the fans You're from Minnesota. We're showing what Texas football's all about. I'm like, oh gosh, this is great. And I really, when they said that, I'm like, man, I freaking hope we just freaking score here
Well,
because there
they
was also
that
like,
team plays in the number 3. Like this is the this is the for us to be okay. Like we don't like losing, right? But
right?
to play
No,
the
no,
teams
no.
to
But
play
you
the
have
teams that we have been playing, like first off, so we'll just go down the list, right? So Hamlin, they're in the MIAC.
yep,
MIAC's the number 2
conference.
football conference for Division 3 in the entire nation.
Yep,
You got Simpson College, who is let's see Simpson College Football Conference. They're in the California. That's not right.
American Rivers
American
Conference.
Rivers, is that what it is?
Yep,
So then they're in the American Rivers Conference, which is the number 12 conference in the entire nation for Division 3. And then we have Saint Scholastica, which again is in the number
Maya.
2, the MIAC. And then Austin College, they play in the American Southwest Conference, which is the number 3 conference in D3.
Right,
So we're playing number 2, number 2, number 3, and number 12, right? In our
right,
conference, we're ranked 27th. And for us to have 4 pretty like Hamlin looks a little bit. I mean, I think it was a lot closer than what the score
was.
shows.
Yep, it's the first
And
game too.
yeah, in Saint Scholastica, it looked. Um, I mean, it's 20 points, 3 touchdowns, but it was a lot closer than what the scoreboard says. In 4 really close games where we had a lot of spark against
Yeah,
really tough football teams.
I,
I think
I,
going into conference, it's going to be a people are going
I
to be
mean,
very scared about our
the
offense.
I mean, even when Austin College, it came down to like the very last few seconds of each fourth quarter, like of each quarter, like of the whole game. That that game was intense and a lot was on the line for a lot of things because if we had scored in the very end, they had given up a safety, so we just needed to score and then kick a field goal at the very end. And so we had an option, we had chance, but
We're really 2 plays away
yeah.
from
And
from
that's the
winning
thing.
that
It's
game.
same thing with Simpson College. I mean, we lost by 2, but I mean, but the main thing that I think, and I'm trying to emphasize and try to understand this a little bit more because I look at St. Skull and then Simpson and Austin, because I don't think St. Skull is better than Simpson College or Austin College. I'm just going to be honest.
No, you're right.
I
You're right.
but the thing is the attitude and the mentality, and I think I'm not gonna like brag or anything about that, but like for some reason, those Simpson College and Austin College were the 2 games that I showed up, and I'm the hype man. I'm the freaking hype man,
He's our
and they're
honorary hype man, guys. I
and
forgot to tell everybody.
those yeah, and those games we at the half we were down by 2. And then, we were defense was freaking showing up too for us. I just, geez, you guys, the defense did so much better than prior weeks. The
Yep.
freaking linebackers filling holes. I loved it. Some D lineman stuff that I think we need to kind of probably fix a little bit because they're coming too hard down on the edge. And so like jet sweeps would be perfect. So like for Westminster, I would say watch out for the jet sweep because a lot of our D line, our outside linemen are just coming too hard. Um, I'm just gonna say that. That's what I saw when I was watching Austin College. But I mean, those are the things that I'm like. This defense is freaking showing up. They held Austin College. I mean, luckily they had a freaking really good kicker too.
Yeah.
And they were able to emphasize on all they put because a lot of those times that we just held them to a field goal, guys like University of Northwestern, Westminster, like guys in our conference would not be able to make that kick. So like technically, if we look at this, it in our conference, how many field goals did they have? I think they only got what 1, 2,
Um,
3. 4.
Well, I'll just go to field goals.
They had 4 field goals.
4
So
completed field goals. Yeah,
yes,
they were 4 for 4.
yeah,
So
the
that's
guy
12
didn't
points
miss.
right there.
12 points right there, and so that brings us. You guys win that game.
Yeah.
We didn't kick a field goal. We all we do is score touchdowns.
Yep.
All we freaking did is score freaking touchdowns and the safety, but yeah, that doesn't count. But I mean that in itself, I think stands out. This offense, I don't think it will be able to be stopped in the UMAC. But the thing is also is the mentality, is that the mentality is that I'm gonna freaking grind and I'm gonna freaking run it down your throat, and I'm better. I'm better than you. It's just I'm better than you. That's the whole mentality that we have to have, and we have to believe it. And somebody, and that's where I think I have been able to step in some ways to help people believe, oh, we're good. We're better
Yeah.
than these guys. And I love that. I love helping us get there in that way. And it's I freaking love being back in football. Let me say that too. Freaking love football, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have I've been thinking about coming back for I want to come back, dude. I freaking want to freaking come back and freaking lay some freaking high
Lay
school
some
kids
freaking
out.
wood. Be the 30-year-old linebacker.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I freaking would love it though. I don't know how well my knees would take it. My knees have been kind of, I don't know,
Kind of meh.
but yeah.
Well, our offense in totals is I mean, we're the number one offense in the UMAC.
Yeah, he freaking what Diego freaking threw for 400 some yards
Yeah,
last game.
460, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you
Total
guys
yards, we have 1688 yards. The second is Greenville at 1545. So over 140 yards
more than
from yeah, more than them.
yeah.
So
That's
we
freaking
average
crazy.
422 yards a game, and they average 386.
Well, you also have
But the
one of the
problem
top
is
quarterbacks.
we do have the top. We do have like the best quarterback in our conference for sure.
Well,
The
as well,
problem
I mean,
is the defensive side is we're the fifth ranked defense.
yeah,
And so that's
that's
where
where
we
your
gotta.
problem. But that you're also playing good teams, so that's the other
True.
thing. But I'm curious. I mean,
Martin
this
Luther is just as. I mean, they're way worse.
I they're probably the trash team. They're back to Martin Luther. That's I think that's
We're back to Martin Luther
being Martin Luther.
after they graduated those two studs.
Yeah, after they graduated their main two studs, they're back. I don't think that. I mean, that head coach had his time, but
Yeah, it's true.
now they're back. So, but
I think the keys
same
for
thing.
us to win conference is the guys who are unhealthy. We just got to get them back healthy for defense, which will give us more depth, fresh bodies, and we're
'Cause
just missing a couple key players that really help our team. So
your
like
D
that
lineman.
can help our team. Yeah, a couple D linemen, a linebacker, and a DB that's really really good. Like he hasn't been able to show himself all season so far
Oh, really?
because he hurt his ankle, and we're
Damn.
hoping. I'm hoping that he comes back this week. I don't know. We'll see. He's been in a boot for a week. They think it might help. If it doesn't help after being in a boot for a week, that they might have to
Get surgery.
go get a real thorough check. Yeah. So,
That's how it is, dude. That's freaking football.
Martin Luther has less rushing yards than we do.
That's crazy, actually.
That's really bad.
Yeah,
All they do is run the ball. That's all they do.
that's all. Yeah, that's true.
Oh man.
Let's see. Who has this? I mean, it's either Morris or Greenville. Greenville's won threes.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
They're playing some pretty decent
Concordia,
teams. I think.
Chicago. They played Eureka, Manchester.
Shout out Coach Amos,
Manchester.
who's out over at
Adrian.
Manchester.
Amos Schmidt?
Yeah,
No way. You serious?
not Amos Schmidt. No, Coach Amos. He was at Crown last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I know. I know. I think I remember him. He's a younger guy. Let me see.
he is a younger guy. Yep.
Lost 0 and 3. Well, they must not be that good. Hopefully. Well, that's good for freaking Greenville. That'll be the team to freaking beat, though.
Yeah, they have a running back that's been there for a long time, and he's just so good.
Oh
He
yeah,
just if he even gets a little bit, like he can bust it big all day, every day, all day. He's like 5'9", 195, I think, or something like that, and he's
dude.
just so fast.
Oh, he's pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that. Well, the freaking North. No, not Northwest. Morris has like this big old boy running back that looks like a friggin' beast.
Oh yeah.
But
Mm.
I
Yeah, number 5.
think that's what it is. Yeah. But that's it. Now we'll
Yeah,
see.
5'8",
Oh,
200
they
pounds.
put us at number. Oh, because we have the more. We have. Oh, we're 0-4. I see.
Yeah,
Well, that
I think it's
sucks.
gonna change. I think that's gonna
Oh yeah,
change pretty
freaking
quickly.
Westminster will have no idea what's gonna freaking hit them.
Yeah, I can't believe they have Westminster ahead of us. Oh, oh,
Well, they're just going on overall. I think.
no, I know, but still, it's like, how dare you? uh,
Crown has. We're at number 3 for. We have 100 points. Offense. Oh, totals. Yeah, for total we're at number 1. Rushing we're right behind North. What the heck? Yeah, Northwestern's like number 4 for offense. Number 5 for rushing. Oh, number 2 for passing. So they're big pass heavy too. That's because they got that number 10 guy. Oh, but Westminster has the least amount of. Actually, it might be a good game here. It looks like Westminster has allowed the least amount of. I don't know. I think maybe some of those teams they were playing weren't that good.
maybe not.
I don't know. I don't know. What is this? Oh, this is for rushing the Greenville guy, Paul Garrett. Yeah. Jonathan Wamsley is freaking number 5.
Yeah, he's all purpose. I'm gonna give a big shout out to that kid though. Um, he was he was getting after it on Saturday. He was running hard.
Yeah. Dude.
He
Yeah.
was
Frick
he
yeah.
ran over a couple guys,
I was so
and
hyped for him when he
I was
freaking did
so
that.
freaking hyped too.
I was like, let's freaking go. Cause like I know you've been talking to me about that. And yeah, I was like, let's freaking go.
Yeah, baby. So I've been telling him, I was like, I love that you're running hard. And guess what? Run harder.
He doesn't like that. You get
He does not like. I don't think he likes that. No, but
he
that's
doesn't
okay.
like that. I could see that when we were having those meetings. I get it because he wants to be. There should be.
If I ever expect my guys to only like my thing is if I don't say run harder, even though you are running hard, if I don't expect more out of you, I'm doing a bad job coaching you. Like I should always expect more than the standard. You know, and I think he knows that too. I think he knows that. It's just more
Yeah.
like, man, I just want
Jeez.
I just want praise every once in a while,
I get that.
and that's where life comes in. You'll get
Well,
praises, but sometimes those praises turn into non-praises pretty
I
freaking
was
quick.
when I was in high school, my coaches would have this mentality for every one negative thing you have to come back with two positives. Got to give them two positives. That's kind of how my whole high school was. Dude, I got a freaking what?
We're
Only seven corner. What?
I just
Gee.
realized we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we playing 10 games at Crown, or are we only playing 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
How?
University of Minnesota plays like
Oh,
Westminster twice, week after
yeah, I
week,
just
back to
noticed
back
that.
weeks, which was kind of weird. I was like, what the heck? Anyways, well, I think that'll do it for football, dude. We're going
So
into
much
the
football.
freaking weeds with this. Although I love talking football, dude. You freaking know me so much. Oh, oh yeah.
I wonder what I'm still trying. I'm trying to figure out who, because we only play 9 games, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Who did they get to schedule twice? Greenville. Oh, they play Westminster twice in a row at Minnesota Morris and Greenville. Who did you guys play? Who do you guys play twice? They play Kalamazoo before us, a non-conference before a conference game.
Who knows?
Gotcha. Jeez, I hope Kalamazoo just. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never
no
mind.
idea. All right, well, let's get into the intro here. I'm gonna run it. It's 8:39. We're 10 minutes over, but that's okay. We don't. I completely forgot. It is my show today.
Mm.
Did you watch the Ahsoka?
Of course, I did.
I sure hope so.
Of course, I did. It was.
It's
We'll
so
talk about it in the
good.
pod, but yeah,
So freaking good, dude.
I'm excited.
Okay, are you?
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna pull something up here real quick. Freaking. There we go. Ahsoka season 1. This is freaking big, dude. This is freaking big. Freaking hope you're ready. All right, here we go. Starting the intro in 3, 2, 1. Oh, shoot! I did the preview, not the freaking live.
Oh, I'm starting it in 3, 2, 1, and starting it.
Welcome to the Goof, the podcast that we can in laughter, two things, and the quirkiest conversations. Your hosts, Matthew and Regan, as they embark on a delightful journey through the realms of pop culture, humor, and everyday shenanigans. So, buckle up and get ready for a roller coaster of fun and entertainment. Let's dive into the world of laughs with Matthew and Regan on the Goof and the Google Show. What is up, the GG Nation? Guys, it has been a while. We took last week off, and I'm so sorry that we weren't here, but we are so glad, so happy that you are listening in to episode 34 of the Goof and Goober Show. We've made it to episode 34. It's been a ride. I'll tell you what. It's our first year doing this, and obviously we talked like way back episode 10 about the one percenters. We're basically the one percenters. But now we're like beyond the one percenters, hopefully, and hopefully for years to come we're still doing this, and making cash money. Then no, we don't really
Easy money.
And you heard him, you know him. It is your man, Matthew Leather.
Welcome to the doghouse.
What is going on, Matt? Is
Mm.
great to see you.
Mm.
We kind of missed you last week and me. But
Yeah, we had a good week, man. Like a good week of just just taking a Monday off and relaxing on a Monday.
Relaxing. Well, you weren't really, unless you lied to me. Didn't sound like you were relaxing to me.
Oh, well, I'm already forgetting about Monday. But yeah, I mean, last Monday was not very relaxing, but I took the rest of the night off and relaxed. I was very
Okay.
exhausted, very tired.
Yeah.
Guys, I worked until like 8:30, 8:40, something like that last
Yeah.
week. I ran 5 presentations for my company, which they usually last like an hour to 2 hours.
You freaking killed it.
And I ran 5 of those bad boys. 5.
You got some freaking problems, dude.
So I talked for at least 5 to 10 hours, somewhere between there. And so, yeah, I freaking
Yeah.
got screwed last week, big time.
Well, we're sorry that we missed you last week, and
Mm.
we did also miss you last week. We got a lot to catch up on, though.
Mm.
There's a lot to be caught up on with the episode 5 and episode 6 of Ahsoka, which
Mm.
is uh mind blown, 100%. Freaking have no idea how. I mean, just I don't know. Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it, guys. Just
Mm.
calm down. Calm down. I hear you guys screaming in the
Stop talking
background
about
there.
it. I hear you
Jeez
guys in the
Louise.
background friggin' talking about the
Freaking
friggin'
talking about it right
TV
now.
show
Freaking
already. We're not even
shut
at
your
that
freaking
point yet.
trap.
Holy.
Oh my. But
Mm.
yeah, I also had a freaking fantastic week. I got to go on to the Boundary Waters. And if you guys also, well, let me plug us first before I talk about the Boundary Waters. I'm getting way ahead of ourselves. If this is your first time listening to the Goof and Goober Show, thank you for listening. Thanks for giving us a shot. And
Mm.
I hope that somehow, some way, you're still listening and you're like, these guys sound all right. And I hope that you subscribe and you follow us and you come back for more, because we are all about making content that you guys love to listen to every week, for your daily, just fun old
Pleasures.
pleasures, you good old times. Matthew
Mm-hmm.
and I made this podcast just to have a good time, and that's what we're doing. We're just having a good time. Just two boys having a good time.
Mm.
But we are on all platforms, social medias, Instagram. Actually, we're not on. Well, we do have a Twitter, but we haven't really done anything with it. But we got Instagram, we got Facebook. If you want to listen to us, if you're just plain old earphones in and not watching it, that's totally fine. We got your back. We got Spotify, Google Podcast. We got the what else do we got? Podbean. Uh, and wasn't Apple Podcast. Did I say
We're on
Apple Pod?
everything,
We're on
guys.
all the whole
Like
thing.
pretty
Okay,
much everything. You look
just
up the
go
Goof
listen
and
to us.
Goober show, it's there.
We're gonna be
Somewhere.
there. We're somewhere in there in that arena. And so yeah, that's that. Anyways, let's talk about the previous week. What happened? Lots going on. Lots. Went to the
Mm.
Boundary Waters. If you don't know what the Boundary Waters is, Matthew and I have had a long debate. You can go back in previous episodes, and there's multiple episodes where we debate about this, um, about the Boundary Waters as well as the cruise ships. You can go back. We're probably not going to get into it because we know that's just going to be this long circle of
Long
arguing.
circle of arguing.
Uh, but
Hours
uh,
of arguing.
it really could be hours. But that is such a great time. It's just you in the outdoors. It's basically just camping, but there's no buildings. You really no motors. You really have to live off the land a lot in some ways. Where we had to catch our fish, we had to feed ourselves with fish, and so we had to do so, and we did
Did you
so.
guys have any seasoning or anything like that?
We had to bring it with, yes.
Oh,
And
so
but
you did bring seasoning.
well, you'd have to carry it with, yes.
No, well, yeah. I was just asking if you had seasoning. It wasn't a trick
Yeah.
question.
No, I just said you have to carry it with. and then carry it back. You can't like
I
bring something
I
there and
I
then like
realize
not.
that.
You
Yeah.
have to like make sure it's taken care of the whole time. Like everything that you bring there, you have to make sure it's not like left there, or else you get in big trouble.
Yeah.
That's the huge thing is like
How do they
they're big
know?
on because they have people that they have like well, not helicopters, but they it actually the DNR are able to have helicopters actually
Hmm. How
and
many
collect them,
helicopters
but
did you guys
then
see?
none.
Oh.
But they'd come and check on make sure you're
Hmm.
pooping outside. You're doing your number ones and number twos outside. It's all freaking there, man. Anyways,
What'd
it's
you
such a
wipe
great
with?
time. Um, some leaves.
Oh, and you just left the leaves there?
No, you they have like
Like, do you
it's
just bring
like
the
the
leaves back so you
forest
throw it
like
away?
it's kind of like when you dig a hole. You dig a hole, you poop, you wipe, and then you throw it in there, and then you dig it, you fill it up. It's like you've
Hmm.
never pooped outside before.
No, I was just curious how you did it. That was all.
Yeah, that's how you freaking do it. But it's a good time. Just with you, your family, as well as you just get some time alone to reflect. With you, yourself, and God. And if I really highly recommend doing it. It's just a great time. But I also want to talk about this. We didn't really talk about this at the pre-show, but I think it's an emphasis, and I want to know your answer.
Okay.
So, episode 33, we had Logan Anderson on.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go? I mean, you have more of an inside scoop on how this affected Logan. How this show affected Logan Anderson because I had asked him on Saturday when I saw him, and like Saturday is the only time I get to see the guy. And he's like, "Yo, it's really helped me." He said it's really helped him in life. And I was like, "Oh, good,
Ah,
Logan. I'm so happy that my our whatever our podcast is really just
is
setting
helping
you
you.
up in life." Uh,
Uh, how has it helped him? I think I think him coming on the podcast, has brought me closer to the kid, and it was nice to get to know him, and so he's a little bit more open with me and in communicating with me about stuff, which I think is cool. Um,
yeah,
but I also think that what the podcast does that nothing else will do is we put him through some scenarios, and he has got to learn how to
he's got to
navigate those
learn. He's got to
scenarios,
learn those.
and
Yeah,
you can tell he's taken bits and pieces of it and tried to implement it into his daily
he's a
routine,
learner, dude.
you
He's a
know?
learner.
And so
That's for sure.
overall, to help him in life, I don't think there's that much that really helped him, but in those very rare occasions that he ever gets into a tough argument, if you will, or tough situation, he'll be able to navigate it so much better than what he did before.
Uh, I
So,
mean, yeah, thanks. If Logan, you're listening, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you and coming in. And it's it's not hard going through the ringer dinger. That's for sure. And freaking, let me also show, give you a little glimpse of my favorite part of the whole series of episode 33.
show it to us. Man, that was 2 weeks ago.
It yeah,
Oh my.
it was here at 8. Okay. We're getting into the jerk off, okay? All right. Here, let me share my screen here. Let
Can
me
we
show
start
like
jerking it?
yeah, this is my favorite line. My bit from Logan Anderson. Okay? Make sure that my volume is all the way up. Let me know if you can hear this, okay?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. Okay, we're getting into the jerk off here, okay? We'll go full screen. And this is Logan. My question here soon to Logan will be Logan, how do you feel? Or how you feeling? Great song choice, by the way, Matthew. Great song.
Thank you. Oh, 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 oh. Hey,
Here it comes.
Logan, Logan, tell me how you're feeling.
Feeling good.
I couldn't hear it. It was lagging on my end.
Okay.
Hold up.
Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna
Wait.
go back. Okay, 8. We'll go 8:22. We're gonna go 8:20. We'll go back a little bit. 8:17 of our podcast. 8 minutes and 17 seconds. Okay, it's about to get this freaking hyped up.
Oh, 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 oh. Hey,
Here it comes.
Logan, tell me how you're feeling.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Logan, how you feeling? Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Feeling good. So hard.
He always makes jerking it jokes all the time now.
Does he?
That also he learned from the podcast.
I thought that was so. Logan, how you feeling? Feeling good.
Feeling good.
This very monotone.
My favorite part
Yeah.
of episode 20 or 34 was
33.
Episode 33, excuse me.
Yeah.
Is at the start of the scenarios. At the start of the scenarios, his ring at the beginning. Ring, ring.
I think he learned
Ring,
that from when
T2.
When T2, yeah, when he was on, because T2 would get onto it and like start talking to me, and I'm like, just waiting for my phone call, and so he did some research, he watched some film, and I'm very impressed. I am
Hold
very
up, one
happy
second.
that
Let's pull it up here so they can see it.
you gonna bring it up.
Yeah. We're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Action.
Ring, 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 ring.
He's like singing it. He's singing, singing it.
Ring,
Ring, ring. It's like, oh, look. Next time we have him on, if we have him on at all, we gotta have him sing a song. We gotta get him to sing a song. He
Let's see if
sounds
we
like
can
he's
see
got
the-
he's got a good voice. Logan's got
situation here, Logan. Starting in
You-
3, 2, 1, go.
Ring, 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 ring.
hello. Good old Logan, dude.
Ring,
Ring,
ring, ring,
Ring,
ring.
ring, ring. It's like those old punk rock guys. Ring, 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 ring. Oh gosh, good old Logan, dude. I freaking love that.
Coach is right. If you want to win this, it's on us.
Shut up.
Shut the.
But
So good.
yeah, I do feel bad though, because on Saturday he allowed me to have his rain jacket and didn't give it back on purpose though. I really wanted that rain jacket. Sorry, Logan. It's kind of I really liked it. It was
It's
really good.
connected to you now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyways,
Coach George was like, "You shouldn't have let him take it. You should have like stood up for yourself."
is that what? Oh, he already said something about it. Did he really?
Yeah. Because he was like, "Yeah, I saw him. He was about to leave, but I didn't say anything."
He kind of did say something. It was like, Regan, how did my jacket go for you? And I'm like, oh, look, it was so great. Thanks for letting me have your jacket. And then I wasn't gonna say anything. And then I basically just grabbed my stuff and then I walked away. I didn't want him to tell me to take it. Sorry, Logan. I'll buy one. I I also took a I I took a photo with my wife in it too. Me
You what?
I took a photo with my wife in it.
Oh, jeez.
Here, I'll show you. Let me email this to the old email because and my wife, she loves it. So Logan, you can't take it back because my wife loves the jacket. You're gonna take my wife's happiness away, but yeah, we she it's a freaking it's a sweet jacket though. No joke. Here we go. Here you go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me show this with the people at home. This one. I'm begging you. Yeah. So this is us. Me wearing my jacket, Logan's jacket. Oh gosh,
Wow.
that's it. That's Logan's jacket.
He really wanted that thing, dude.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad about it now. That was his
Like he
one
was about to
chance.
cry because he didn't get it.
You didn't get no way. Are you serious?
Being dead serious, yeah.
I thought Coach Shorts. Whatever. I'm not gonna.
Coach Shorts
blast
was
him.
joking with him, but he was getting emotional about it.
Oh gosh, I gotta bring it back.
You forget, man. Logan's got
Gotta bring it back.
Asperger's.
That's right.
He's like
Oh, man.
Trevor.
Yeah, but he. Yeah. Okay. All right.
How does it make you feel now?
Yeah.
Stealing a jacket from a kid with Asperger's.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Yeah. So let's get.
Yeah, it feels bad, you sucker.
I'm friggin' leaving now, dude. We're done with this friggin' conversation. No, I don't feel bad. Not
Let's talk about
entirely.
some Ahsoka. Let's just jump
If
in.
you're friggin' ready for it, jeez, man.
Oh man, I'm
Friggin'-
so freaking ready.
if you're friggin' ready for this
Ugh.
friggin' thing, we missed episodes. What was it? 6, 5, and 6.
The last two episodes.
The
Yeah.
last two episodes. Let's start with episode 5. We got a lot to cover with episode 5. My word,
Mm-hmm.
this is a masterpiece. Chef kiss.
Mm-hmm.
This is pre-review. Let me just go over the description, the whatever we call that thing. Ahsoka confronts her past, while Hera and her allies undertake a rescue mission. That's all I got. That's all I got. This episode reveals so much about and connects Ahsoka to the rebels. I mean, we already knew that it was already connected, but you feel it's a lot more connected to the Rebels TV show than any other, like, really, than basically Star Wars Episode 1 or 2. I feel like this is a lot more connected to the Rebels TV shows or that whole series, and you feel that in Episode 5. For me, this rating, I gotta give this like a 5 out of 5. I fell in love with it. It's got the action. It's got so much in this. You know, you're bringing back Anakin as multiple characters.
Non-spoilers, you freaking spoiler. You freaking spoiled this for them.
Well, I mean, episode 4.
Oh wait, they already know.
They already know that
actually.
Anakin's in it.
Anakin's
So,
here. Okay. Never mind.
but
Go
so
ahead.
they're bringing back him and his character. I think that's. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a secret too much. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But being alive, I freaking loved episode 5. Best episode so far. I would say top episode, and it's Star Wars really has to come in with a the perfect landing with this. I think right now, I mean, this TV show, if they ruined the landing, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably still at the end at least give it like a 3.5 because of maybe 4. Just because everything up till episode 6 hasn't been really disappointing to me at all. I'm on board, dude. I'm on freaking board with Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit about your review on episode 5 there, Matthew?
I'm just gonna echo everything you just said. 5 out of 5, easy
Okay.
peasy lemon squeezy.
Oh yeah.
Like this episode is, I mean, this is top tier Star Wars. Like this is arguably, I don't know, arguably up there with, you know, some of the top performances that Star Wars has ever produced, ever,
Yeah.
ever. Um, and it's not even because of, any. How do I say this without spoiling? The ideas that it's presenting, the visual effects that it's presenting as a TV show, the dots that it's connecting, really, I mean, it really just shapes the future of
Yeah.
of this TV series. And this episode's kind of like that catalyst episode that, okay, we've seen what we've seen. It's been pretty good so far, the first 4 episodes, and then this one was the bang episode, and now, we're along for the ride and see what happens next after that, right? Like that's kind of what this episode's meant to do, is like, hey, well, I need to watch this next episode right now.
Right.
Like this is
Mhm.
that kind of episode.
Right.
There's some episodes you're like, oh, okay, I can wait till next week to, there isn't like something that's cliffhanging me or making me like completely, turn off the show. But this one's just like, I gotta see the next episode now type feeling. So, um,
100%.
yeah, so I'd give it a 5 out of 5 for sure, without any hesitation. Without any hesitation.
Yeah. Um I was gonna. I don't know if we want to get into.
Let's do
Let's just get.
non-spoilers for episode 6, and then we can just
Yeah,
spoil
let's
5 and
do
6.
that. Let's do that. Let's do that. You start with episode 6, Matt. You
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
give episode 6 a 4.7 out of 5. I really like this episode too. I really did. I got a lot of Game of Thrones vibes from this show, from this
Mm,
episode. A lot of like real tension from this episode of what the future holds. Um, there's a lot of stakes in this episode of what the
right.
future holds, right? There's a lot of stakes with the character that's introduced, um, with the character that's reintroduced. There's a lot of stakes now. And to be honest with you, this episode makes me scared for for the next coming episodes of characters that we like. I'm just gonna
Mm.
be. Let's just say that I'm scared for a couple of our characters,
Well,
because of what could happen.
just remember what you said in previous episodes is that you want somebody to die.
I do. I would like for
So
somebody to die. That's totally fine. But I'm still scared. I don't know who it is. It's like one of those, I want it to happen, but it frightens me a little bit. I'm
yeah.
like, holy piss. Like this
Well, you're.
this is probably gonna happen.
It's a mini series, so like, I kind of want. I do want to talk about this, but I don't think. I think we got to talk about it behind the spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Because I think
we will.
that's what I want to talk about. But episode 6 for me, yeah, I freaking still love it. I love this episode. It's not as action packed. It's more kind of the drama of understanding what's going on in the story. It's still good. We've talked about Admiral Thrawn and all that stuff, and this is recap for, or I guess the description for episode 6 is the search for Grand Admiral Thrawn reaches beyond the limits of the galaxy. And this this is a great episode too. You're learning a lot about just the characters, new characters, and yeah, I gotta give it a 5 out of 5. I just don't see anything really wrong with this. It's a different 5 out of 5 than compared to episode 5. 5 out of 5. I mean, if I could go 6 out of 5 for episode 5, Jeez, just a bunch of numbers just thrown at you. Hey, that's my accounting numbers coming in right now, yeah, this is a great episode, and I see nothing really wrong with this episode, and you're seeing a lot from the past coming in. I don't know. I loved it. I loved seeing and kind of theorizing a lot about different, like, just different shots that they had. I don't know. It's a fun episode. So I'd say
Mhm.
5 out of 5. But we're gonna probably then get into the spoiler alert. If you guys haven't seen episode 5 or 6 and you do not want to be spoiled about anything real important, I don't think we're going to be spoiling like a crazy amount. I don't know.
It'd be. We're gonna spoil a lot of stuff.
We're gonna spoil it. We're gonna spoil it so hard. Guys, if you want to go see episode 5 or 6, we highly recommend going and watching that. Or if you just want to be spoiled, because we love spoiling people, we love giving you guys the good spoils. We'd be happy to do so, and we'll do it just gently, softly, and kindly. But yeah, this is your spoiler warning. Spoiler.
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 Spoiler warning.
Spoiler.
Don't forget watch
You've
the
been
episodes and come
spoiled.
back, boys and girls and gents and
Yep, that's that.
dudes. Yeah.
All you can eat, man.
All you can
eat. All you can friggin' eat. By the way, Philadelphia beats Tampa Bay 25-11.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I right now I gotta make sure that freaking
Coach Shorts is
Alright,
gonna be on his
anyway.
freaking high horse. Blah blah blah
Oh,
blah
man.
blah.
freaking I don't like the Eagles.
Oh, the
Anyways, we're back
Philadelphia
into
Eagles are so
Ahsoka.
good.
Back into it. Episode 5. Let's get into the spoiling. Here we are. We're following the past of Ahsoka and Anakin. Where Ahsoka is basically where we had left off from episode 4. Ahsoka's like kind of like in this dead world, basically. And she's then kind of face to face with her past and her problem, which is her master being Darth Vader. Spoiled. And so she has to deal with the past she's had with him and the things that he's trained her on. If the things that she's trained her on are good or bad. Matthew, what do you think about this type of like going in and out of their past?
I was a fan of it. I liked
Yeah.
it. There was I was watching or I was scrolling through Facebook after seeing that episode, and the comparison, like the side by side comparisons of
Ahsoka.
Rebels and Ahsoka in the Clone Wars to this
Yeah.
this episode. I mean, spot on, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like it was super sweet. What I also in because at the time, in the TV show where they're doing the flashbacks, is that it wasn't necessarily that because Anakin was Darth Vader, it was more of her choice of is she doing the right thing or not, by being a part of the Jedi Order, right? Like so come to find out, so at the end of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order. She leaves the Jedi Order, and that was before Anakin became Darth Vader. And so it's flashing back to the actual moment that she decided that I don't want to be a part of this anymore, and it sees the separation between Anakin and Ahsoka. But then it also shows the imagery is that once they separate, that's when Anakin became Darth Vader. Because he left into the smoke of war, and then he came back with the lightsaber of Darth Vader.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yep. So it's showing that because they separated, he left as Anakin and then came back as Darth Vader. So it's almost like she was the cause of him
Like,
becoming Darth Vader.
do you think that she feels that she's the cause?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
100% she feel like that was the whole I personally I think that's what the whole that whole part was about, was that
Yeah.
she felt that it wasn't the right path, and because he became Darth Vader, it was because of her, it was her fault.
Yeah.
So like I just pulled it up here. The part where I just pulled up the part where I was talking about, and yeah, I mean, like, that's literally what she's wrestling with when she dies, is did she make the right decision to leave, and was her decision the one that costed Anakin to become Darth Vader? And I think at the end of that part, Anakin becomes Anakin, right? He becomes Anakin. He's not Darth Vader anymore, and it was for Ahsoka to realize it wasn't on her. It wasn't on anything she did. It
Right.
wasn't because she left him. It was because he did it to himself.
He chose it himself. Yeah. And that's the really cool part. I don't know. I love just this whole series of seeing Anakin as basically the master. And I really want a movie made of them. I don't know what it'd be like, and I think a lot of people think that what Star Wars did is rush the Clone Wars episode 2. They should have made like a more part series in episode 2, because they went too fast in that whole series, or a whole war with the Clone Wars, because it should have been a lot longer. And Anakin learned a lot, and obviously he became a master. Well, technically he wasn't a master, but
He was
well,
a Jedi Knight that had an apprentice.
yeah. And he wasn't a part of the Jedi Council, and he's a little PO'd about that. A little PO'd, if you know what I mean. Anyways, and so yeah, I and watching like just how they filmed it, and with the stormtroopers, freaking so sweet, so cool. And the them going to battle with these guys, eh, I I don't know. Like I said, this is a 5 out of 5. Chef's kiss of just how they went about this, and I, as well as I've heard that this has brought a lot of people to come back, and freaking, what is his name? Freaking always forget his name.
What's his name? Hayden
Uh,
Christensen.
yeah, Hayden Christensen. And him, and just people now are coming back, like they love him. People
Yeah.
love him now.
Did you send me
And
that video of I think I just watched a video recently. Back in the 2000s, early 2000s, Hayden Christensen was just destroyed for his portrayal of Anakin and Darth
of
Vader.
Anakin.
And now it's 2023 and he's being praised. He's
Yeah.
being praised, and there was a part where they had announced that he would be in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and they were at a conference, I think Star Wars Celebration, and he was there, and literally he was crying on the
Yep.
stage because he had just been destroyed. His career started and ended with Star
Well,
Wars. That's about it.
well, he had Jumper. He was in Jumper.
Well,
I know,
okay, but
but
he
that
had
was
one
that.
decent movie outside of that.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I can think of another movie that he was in that was. Yeah.
that was good.
Right.
Yeah, his career basically started and ended with Star Wars, and it started back in the 2000s where he just got dogged, and then now he's getting loved because of his portrayal, and shame on the people who freaking dogged on him on his performance, because I was watching this video from with George Lucas, and he basically explains that Hayden Christensen portrayed Darth Vader exactly, Anakin exactly the way he wanted it to,
Yeah.
because and he explains the mindset of the whole thing, and I'm like, that makes so much sense. It makes sense. Like, I could see why he did did what he did, how he did it, the way he said his words, the way it was kind of a little weird and stuff like that, because it was planned. It was supposed to be like that.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I don't know.
just freaking yeah, chef's kiss yet again. I don't know. I can't just say any more for how well done this episode was done because I don't know. I was taken back and just the shots, the scene, the action scenes, just everything that just it seemed so well put together. And one of the things that I am just going to be saddened about with this whole series is that there's probably not going to be another season of Ahsoka. This is going to probably be the last season, and which is probably why Ahsoka is probably going to die at the end of this whole series. Um, Probably all of them, everyone. Something's going to happen where they're going to have to kill everyone, and that's the only option out. Anyways, but let's keep going on with episode 5. Ahsoka overcomes this with Anakin, and she's basically found through what's her face's name, son. Um,
Oh, the Jedi kid.
Hera's
I can't
son,
remember her name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Justine, I guess is what his name is. And they then try to figure out how to catch up with um, the what's her name, Morgan Elsbeth, and Balin Skull, and to find Saban. They then discovered to take the space whales or whatever they're called. What are they called? Do you
Space
remember?
Whales.
The space whales. And I don't know. How do you feel about the space whales? Some people don't like. I heard people thought that the space whales are just these dumb things. Like it just like doesn't make any sense. But what do you think about it?
Um. So the reason why space whales um are significant is that um I believe they were in Rebels as well. Or
Yep,
excuse me, the Mandalorian. I think they were in the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. And
And I
basically
think they were
they
in the Rebels too. I think that they talked about them in the Rebels as well.
Oh, gotcha. So, I mean, basically, the giant space rails. I think it's cool. I think it's a different way for them to show, like, hey, this is another form of transportation, but this is a creative way to link different series, different episodes, um, different, you know, different titles in Star Wars and really synchronize all of that stuff. I mean, they
Yep.
go to hyperspace, right? Like that is something that we know. Um they don't need technology or anything like that, obviously. It's just them. But I'm pretty sure that they also work off of smell and they or smell or the force or something that helps them in their direction. Um and so I mean, it's a great way to connect story, I think. Personally, I think it's a cool way to connect
Yeah,
story. Because when I
it's
saw them
a
in, I think I don't know what episode they were in before, but I was like, "What are those things? Like, the frick are those?" Like,
right.
I didn't know what they were for, and now I know what they were for. So, I think it's a good way
Yeah,
of connecting them.
yeah. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that you never heard about in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, or even all the movies until just now into the TV series. Which it's they're bringing something new. Um, but you're always learning something new about the Force. You know, the
The force
Force
is in all of
is
us.
the Force is mysterious. Doesn't know.
May the force be with
Um.
you
Oh
always.
yeah. Um. Yeah. So that's I don't know. I think I don't care too much about it. I think it's just the Force being Force, and they had to learn it from somewhere, and nature is the best way to learn. Boundary waters. Anyways, we're gonna move into episode 6 now, where Ahsoka, well, then uses the whales. I should have said in episode 5, Ahsoka then uses the whales to track down where her friend, what's her friggin' face's name? Sabine is with Balin and Morgan. Episode 6, now this is interesting because we're learning a little bit about more about Balin and his motives. Um, Matthew, do you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry, could you repeat the statement?
That's
'Cause you
typical.
cut out.
Usually, you're just playing your game. Just kidding. Um, I'm talking about Balin
Mhm.
Skull and his motives behind everything. Because it seems like he has different motives than everyone else of why he's trying to track down Thrawn, why he's doing what he's doing. Um, can you touch a little bit about what you think that is?
Oh, no, definitely. I can give you my idea, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is I had the feeling that he's a little bit different than the typical Sith that you would watch.
Yep.
Right, like from the moment that you meet up with him, I mean, he's struggling, obviously, or he is part of the dark side, but he's also struggling with him being on the dark side. I feel,
Yeah,
right, like he's
I get
struggling
that.
to do the things that the dark side would ask him to do. I feel, which like
Mhm.
most people would have been like, hey, I'm gonna kill Sabine in episode 4, right? Like I destroyed the thing. Now I'm gonna hold my, I'm gonna kill her, right? Because
Yep.
that's how the Sith work, right? But for some reason, something told him not to kill her. Something told him not to kill her, right?
Right.
Um, and now we get to this episode, and he is tasked. I guess we're not in spoilers anymore, but we see that we meet up with Thrawn, and Thrawn basically has this elaborate plan that, hey, Sabine's going to be able to go do and fulfill the things that um whatever his name is, Balin, um
Yep. Promised.
said, is basically she's not going to be hurt, and she can go have a chance to find Ezra. Um, and Thrawn's like, yeah, you can go find Ezra, but when you come back, now we have two Sith that's going to kill Ezra and Sabine. But he gives that look of like, I'm not killing her, like that type of look. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not going to actually kill her. They're going to go find Ezra, and they're going to go find Sabine, and that's what we see in the episode. So I think his motives. I'd be willing to question that he's lost, and he's not completely gone
Yeah.
into the dark side. And that's where we see this conflict in him about the different choices that he's making, and the clear options that he does have. You're like, well, why don't you just take that option? Because that's what the dark side would do. Now he's like confused about. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how he's been portraying his
Yeah.
decision
Because
making. Is like he's
yeah.
on 50-50. He's like, I was a Jedi. I still hold values of a Jedi, but I'm also a Sith now, and I have to hold some values of the Sith. So I don't know.
No, I feel like when Order 66 was in place, he decided to change his mind to stay alive in some ways, and he was selfish in that way. So he kind of betrayed the Jedi in that way, so he could stay alive. But he's still dealing with that betrayal that he made, and he's thinking, I made the wrong choice. But then he's also now training up Shin, his apprentice, and I think Shin is more into the dark side than he is. And so he's going to have to he'll I think this is what's going to happen. He's not going to kill Saban. Shin's going to want to kill Saban. Shin will then turn on Balin, kill Balin, and then Saban will then kill Shin. Finally, I think that's just going to happen. I think
Eventually,
that's eventually. Just because she's you see her when like he says something completely off, basically, that the dark side would probably never say or anything like that, or like do keep their word, or just keep somebody alive or whatever. and she's just so surprised at it. Like we're supposed to show no mercy. We are
Mm-hmm.
the superior people, and then when you do this, it's just like it's getting all pissy. Um, so
I
I
think he
feel
sees good in Sabine. I think you're
yeah
right. I think that's what's gonna happen is she's a little bit more fiery than he is, right? Like it's true. She's gonna want to kill. She's gonna want to kill a Sabine, and he's gonna have to stop her because he gave her the promise that you would not be killed or hurt. So he's gonna hold on to his promise as he's been doing consistently through the episode. Um, and then yeah, I think he's gonna end up being killed, which
yeah
kind of works out because he passed away in real life, gets his character out of there, right? Like it's a rest in peace moment. But
oh
it
man
kills him off, and then it gives her the opportunity to then go fight, you know, her and we have like an end battle type thing between them. But I felt like this episode was not necessarily an Ahsoka episode, but a Sabine Wren episode. Um,
yeah
we didn't get much of Ahsoka, which is
nope.
okay. Like I think that's totally fine. What really got me scared, no, I'm gonna jump to it anyway.
Do it,
I know we weren't
freaking
talking about
do
it,
it.
but I just want to toss it out there. Is um first off the witches. I thought those witches those witches freaked me the frick out. I was like, holy piss, like what? Like this is in Star Wars. But then seeing Thrawn and after like reading books and reading literature on Thrawn and knowing that he's like the most powerful like he's the war chief basically. Like he's the guy who knows how to beat pretty much everybody. And he figures it out and you hear it in the episode is that he's like, okay, get me all the information you can on Ahsoka. Who she was, where's she from, who was her master. Like he asked for a bunch of information. And in the books, they talk about how he uses literally all the information he possibly can to outmaneuver somebody. And he's pretty ruthless. So like I have a feeling that someone's gonna die because he's gonna force a death. Like he's gonna
Oh yeah.
force kill somebody. Like not using the force, but he's gonna use his power to kill somebody as a weapon or a threat to Ahsoka and Sabine. I personally think, and that's where I get the Game of Thrones vibe from, is that this is like one of the kings or leaders from a kingdom in Game of Thrones, where they're just like, okay, we're gonna behead you, right? Like
Mm.
enforce the kill to set a precedent for the other group, essentially. Like to scare you, I'm gonna cut this guy's head off in Game of Thrones, or I'm gonna kill him in this show.
I feel like it also that when they get to this world, I forget what they call this, the world that they show up at. Like there should be some like gladiator game or something like that. And maybe I'm thinking too much like Thor Ragnarok or Gladiator or something like that. But like I just feel like everybody loves that, a good gladiator game, and I feel like that should have happened. But I mean, they're in a lost world basically, and so I get it. But the thing I also want to talk about that I freaking love is the friggin' stormtroopers that they show in episode 6. Because then episode 5 we see like the newer stormtroopers, yeah, the newer stormtroopers, and then in episode 6 we see those stormtroopers basically decayed. Like they're older, and their uniforms are like they've what do you call it?
They're like armor. They're like plated armor. That's the crazy
Yeah,
thing.
and it's I
Here, one
freaking
second.
love it. I love how these yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
like plated. Like that's like Mandalorian armor right here. I feel.
dude, it's so that no, that's gladiator armor. That's what I'm talking about. Like that whole mask right there. That's like that. I feel like that's
Yeah, it is the
gladiator armor.
gladiator.
So like maybe what they do at with Thrawn is maybe this is maybe they're gonna do this in the next episodes. I don't know, but like do a gladiator fight with that stormtrooper with Ahsoka or something like that, where it, it's that's that's how they fight. That's how they deal with things. So I feel like that's kind of what we're going to move forward to. But I
Like
freaking
death by or trial by combat
yeah, maybe like
type
that.
thing.
That'd be pretty sweet. I don't know. Like I don't know
If
what's
you
gonna happen
die, you die.
because I don't
and
know
you
how
lose.
Ahsoka is going. Like when she gets there, it's basically her versus an entire army.
Yeah, she's in a losing battle.
Like I mean, maybe the whales are gonna come in and friggin' wreck the freaking spaceships. I don't know,
There's no way.
but like, yeah, there's no way. Yeah, but
Actually,
there's
you're right. I didn't even think about that. That is such a okay. She is just she's walking into a death trap.
right. I mean, let alone they don't know she's coming. But either
They're
way,
guessing.
yeah, like you're going up like one person going up to like I mean 10,000 people and you're trying to sneak attack them. Like it's not going to like you might get a
Ah!
few like you might get like maybe 100, I don't know, but then you're like but it's not a good choice. But I guess she's not necessarily trying to go up against 10,000. She's just trying to save
Now,
Sabine. I
this
guess.
opens up a lot of doors to bringing in Luke.
How could
This could
Luke
bring in
wait,
some
you
doors for
think they're going to
Luke.
bring Luke into episode 7 or 8?
I'm not saying they will. I'm saying it opens the possibility that she might call for help because the last time we saw her, she was on the Mandalorian. Or no,
True.
she was with Luke. Yeah, she knows of Luke. She
She knows
has
of Luke, but she was with the Mandalorian or what's the baby Yoda? Groku, not Groku. What's
oh
the
they were in the book of Boba Fett. They were in there together.
her and
And Luke
Anakin?
Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
When they were training
Grogu. When they were training
Grogu.
Grogu. Yeah. They also like you have to remember when the Mandalorian was like we're looking for somebody who can train Grogu and he was like, "Can you train her, Ahsoka?" And she was like, "Nope, but I know somebody who can."
Oh, she
And
does know him.
that's
But
where Luke
this
was
that's the question
introduced.
too. I think I where are we though in the time frame of things? Is this before or after? I don't know.
I think
But
he's
you're
still alive.
um Luke, yeah, I think he's for sure still. Yeah. So you're saying what you're trying? Okay, let me. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're saying that Luke is going to show up.
I'm saying Luke could show up. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he could.
Yeah.
If she
Well, I
calls
mean,
for
you're
help, she could.
predicting that he's going to show up.
I'm saying
That's
he
what I'm.
could. If she
Yeah.
goes to fight a war against thousands, the door's open now that Luke could probably come in to help
But then
because she
I
can
guess
call
she
on
would
Luke.
have to, yeah, or give him the coordinates, or she's been doing something. Who knows if he followed me or whatever, or who knows?
Who knows? I'm just saying is that it's open for the table. It's
It's
not out of the picture.
open
That's what I'm
for
trying to say.
interpretation, and yeah, I think I just don't know. That's where I'm thinking the gladiator thing comes in because Star Wars hasn't really done a gladiator thing type type. Yeah,
You're true. Yeah, and they could.
they could do that here because the stormtroopers are really they look like the gladiator guys, and they really are going for this medieval like uh type
They're going Game
feel.
of Thrones vibes here.
Yeah,
This
which is
whole
where
TV series.
right, which is where I'm thinking this could be where they'll capture Ahsoka or like they're ready or Thrawn was ready for Ahsoka and he gives I don't know, I just can't see him trying to give her a way out by or maybe he just thinks that she won't be able to win. I don't know. I just
Maybe he thinks she's an idiot or something. I don't know.
yeah, well, typical freaking Thrawn. Thrawn wouldn't do that though. That's the thing. If he did do that, that would make no sense for who he is because he is basically a genius. Like like you said before, he is the top tier combat guy. He knows what he's doing, and he's not going to underestimate his rival. And it's just I don't see it. I don't know.
I don't see him doing a gladiator, but who knows?
Who
Like
knows?
maybe it's not a gladiator for him. Maybe it's a trial by combat. And what if it's trial by combat and Ahsoka has to fight Balin again and kill Balin, or it's it's Ahsoka versus the young girl, what I forget her name, Smith or whatever, Hattie,
Mhm.
I think it, and then Balin interferes and gets killed to protect his Padawan. Like it could happen. I don't know. I
That's
mean, that's
true.
actually, I
That
mean,
could
it's
be.
what I'm thinking. Thrawn's smart enough to where he's not going to put up one of his stormtroopers against a Jedi. That's not going to happen. He's going to use his smarts and his wits to make the Sith fight his battle for him. And if the Sith lose, he still wins because now he doesn't have to deal with the Sith, right? He doesn't have to deal with, someone backstabbing him on the inside by having the Sith there, right? Like
Mm.
he's smart enough to think beyond that, which again, that's what frightens me about this character is that he is so smart. He is very, very, driven from a war standpoint. Like he's probably already thinking 15, 20 steps ahead, but this beginning little trial by death is just the beginning of the war to come. Like that's easily a possibility.
Mm.
It's not out of the realm of conversation.
Right. No, yeah, I feel
Now,
you. That's actually
what
a good
I'm
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I've been thinking about this a lot because there's so much this guy can do
Right.
because of how smart he is, like how good he is on the battlefield. That's why he says, like, basically if they come back, you guys are just gonna kill Ezra and Sabine, right? Like if they come back, you're gonna do my dirty work. And now look at the future of it. Now you either die or Sabine and Ezra are dead, and either way I win. Either way you're out of the picture or they're out of the picture. Either way. So I that's where it's this next episode talking about Thrawn, like who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I think that these also like this is going to be the next phase for Star Wars. This is going to probably set up the next phase of Star Wars of where Star Wars movies are going. Because Mandalorian's is coming to an end. Um, and I'm excited. I really am. If this is where we're going for the next phases of Star Wars, man, I'm excited. This is so good. This is beyond exciting to see basically this whole series take off and exceed. Um, I'm curious to see, you know, what happens, where we go, and yeah, I'm on board, dude. I'm freaking on board. I'm on board. If they come in, land this perfectly in these next two episodes,
They have to do it right though. Like
oh
if they
yeah.
don't do it right, they're screwing themselves in the foot. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think okay. I want to talk
Oh
about
boy,
this.
do it.
So at the end of this episode, we come to find out that they find Ezra, right? So like we already know what's going to happen in these next episode. is that Sabine and Ezra, they're now connected. Now they're moving. Now they're on the move. And
Oh yeah.
Balin and Javi or whatever her name is, they're like right on their tail. So they're like right behind them. So we know that they're gonna fight at some point, right? Like there's gonna be a big brawl, 2-on-2 something. Um, the little bit that we got of the live action as Ezra Bridger, what's your thoughts on, like, I mean, what's your thoughts on the actor, like the portrayal? Because to be honest with you, my personal opinion, I don't know. Maybe he's just a young kid. I just don't see. I don't know what the hype was about this kid being such a good Jedi or whatever. Like, I just like the actor doesn't sell it for me. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, it
That's my
wasn't.
personal opinion. That's why I give it a 4.7 to be honest with you.
Yeah, I wasn't. He didn't stand out to me. Like he was all right. I think they brought in two characters that weren't really big hypes for me, like with Ezra and um,
Sabine.
Sabine. Yeah, those two characters aren't like huge hype people for me. I guess they didn't put uh, too much of an emphasis on how BA Ezra or Sabine are. I mean, if they showed a little bit more about how cool or like BA these characters are. Like Sabine, you've basically only seen her lose battles, except in this episode where she beat those lot
She's
or those
forced to use her lightsaber.
basically, yeah. But she almost lost that without her lightsaber. If she didn't have her lightsaber, she would have lost that battle. Like you've only seen her basically lose battles. And it's kind of like you're like at the beginning of this whole series is her like I don't care about the rules. I'll do whatever. Oh man, series, shut up. It's like at the beginning of the series where they show her and she's like, I don't care about the rules. I'll do whatever I want. I don't show up to the award ceremony kind of bad girl type feel. And then she's not really a bad girl. She's just a wannabe. You kind of have that feeling. She's a wannabe and she's
She's
just
getting her freaking butt whooped all the
yeah,
time.
just all the time and you're just like I don't really care about you. You need to get better and you
Yeah.
want to see that. And then with Ezra, he's commenting we don't know a whole lot about him and this is you kind of want more on who he is, especially with somebody who never really watched Rebels. Um because that's where we're coming from. And Sabine and Ezra aren't really characters we care too much about. I mean, we think the really cool characters right now are Ahsoka, Balin, Shin, Morgan, and Thrawn, and these guys are the BA people. I mean, even the witches. We think are I mean they just need to do a better job of showing how cool these characters are instead of just trying to make them look cool. um, and they're not doing them a favor in that. I think they should have
It's
given
like the little
Sabine.
kid that's playing is like the little kid that plays backyard football with the big kids. The little kid just thinks he's super cool, but they're just getting worked all day long.
Yeah,
Like I just feel like that's the case in listening to Ezra, like just the way he was talking, like I don't know, I was just like, this guy's supposed to be this BA Jedi. Like
right.
like I'm not getting that vibe from him, like at all. I'm not. And I want to, and maybe that's the problem is that we don't know enough about Rebels to understand how good of a Jedi he was, or what he could be. Right?
Hmm.
Maybe that's the case, and I'm fully willing to say, hey, maybe I'm in the wrong here in saying that, but just the vibe we got from him was just like, man, this is just like a it's like a 20-year-old kid who is now like he's just figuring out what it's like to be an adult essentially, like versus episode 2 or the Attack of the Clones, we see Anakin, who we know he's a young kid. He's probably in his 20s.
Right.
But he's like ready for battle. He's ready
Yeah.
for war. He's matured. He's not goofy like Ezra was in this episode, which was like kind of off putting as I was like, this guy's been stranded. This guy's
Yeah.
been by himself. This guy's been like, you would think this guy's killing birds to survive, to eat birds. I don't know, like hunting
Kind of like
for
the
food.
David.
Or,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
David in the
exactly,
Bible. You know. But that
exactly.
I guess I'm going to play a little devil advocate here. Okay. Um.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know. Anakin. Oh, Isaac is back in the chat. Let's go. Isaac says his wife loved it. Not goofy like the Goof and Goober show dudes.
Mm.
Oh man,
Not
Isaac,
goofy
where have
like
you
the goofy.
been?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not. He's not as goofy as us, but man, he was a little goofy. He was like a
Well,
little
okay, but this is my
dorky.
point with Anakin, and because like Anakin was trained basically in battle, where Ezra, well, actually, no, Ezra actually, no, I can't say that because Rebels, he's in battle, so he should be, as well as Sabine, should be battle ready. They're going and fights, so I shouldn't say that actually. I I can't play devil's advocate there. I was gonna say that like they haven't had necessarily the training.
Well, my thing is like they say that he's been stranded by himself, and you would imagine you'd find this broken Ezra, this guy that's like he's not all in tune with himself, right? But then we see he's just like, no, this guy's just been chilling by the freaking lake with these rock snail people, like. Yeah, they just move here and there, and he's been chilling with the rock snail people, eating good and having a good time. He didn't
Enjoying
even,
life.
yeah, like he acts like, oh well, I've just been enjoying life, even though I haven't been around the people that I'm supposed to be around.
I
Like,
mean,
if that makes sense,
I
it'd be
mean,
like
the
if
rock
you went to
people
the,
are like so dumb. By the way, I don't know why they.
they do look a little dumb. They're like they're like, I don't know, praying mantis snails underneath it. But it's like my thing is like let's use the Boundary Waters as an example.
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay.
like if you were at the Boundary Waters for a month and your expectation was like, I mean, you had to fend for yourself. You were there for a long time. You had to fish and eat, and poop on the floor and shovel and provide protection for yourself. And then after that month, if I see you, you're not going to be like of course you're going to be happy to see me, but you're going to look like crap type feeling,
Yeah.
like you probably haven't showered in a month. You probably haven't done
Yeah.
this, versus, if you went and did that and you come back and you're like, yep,
Okay.
everything's good. That was the easiest thing I ever did. Yeah. I could go back and be there forever. Like that's kind of how he was. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
we just talked about how he was stranded by himself, like possibly dead. And he's just, nah, I've been just chilling with these rock guys.
What's
That's it.
going on, Sabine?
What's
Haven't
going on,
seen you in a
Sabine?
while.
It took you long enough. Whatever. It took
Screw
you long
you,
enough.
man.
Yeah, you've been acting like you don't even act like it was hard. You were friggin' having the time of your friggin' life.
Screw off, man. You freaking. We were missing you, and this is how you want to treat us. Screw.
I was expecting a darker, more shattered Ezra, if that makes sense.
That would make more sense, though. I feel like that would yeah. And that is weird. I I mean, who knows what this lost world is? Like, we don't really have a whole lot of information on this whole world and what it is, um, and what it entails, what it does to people. I guess, or even what the. I guess you feel like it's like this outcast place where all the bad people go, and you have to just survive, and only the worst of the worst show up or come to this place. But I just don't.
I'll also say this. They they're standing out. Okay, so when they go and meet up, they're just like out in the open. This is supposed to be like a barren wasteland, with
Right.
like like a bunch of dangerous people out and about.
Right.
Like she had one encounter and then she was totally fine after that. And now they're just, oh, hey,
We got
we're just
rock
gonna hang
people.
out.
We got the
Yeah,
rock people.
we got the rock people. Like I don't know. It was just that's what knocked my score down a little bit was the Ezra thing
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I get
the
it.
way
That makes me want to knock my. I think I gotta knock my score. I didn't really think of it that way. I didn't think too much of it actually. I mean, it wasn't like a whole lot of the whole part of the whole episode. It was more towards the end,
yeah,
but
small portion. But my thing
but
was I
it
was just thinking back to the other episodes and I was just like, this guy's broken.
yeah,
Why is
like
he acting like its life has been great since he's been gone?
right.
Shouldn't have been great,
This
you
should be
know?
a
Yeah,
rough,
a rugged
rugged,
man, you know?
doesn't know what to do with his life.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I feel you, dude. I freaking feel you on that. I that makes more sense to freaking do that. I don't know. I feel like they yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in this next episode. Episode 7 is coming out tomorrow at what 7 p.m. Is that when it comes
Tomorrow,
out?
I think.
Tomorrow. Yeah,
Yep.
7 p.m. though is what I'm asking. 7 p.m. Do you know what the specific time?
I don't
I
know the
don't know what the
specific time.
specific.
What time does
You know.
Ahsoka come out? The next release date is
September 26th
9
at
p.m. Eastern Standard
mm,
Time each
s-
week.
so
So 8
that's
p.m. Central.
8 p.m. Okay. Yeah, if you guys I mean, I'm definitely tuning in freaking tomorrow. I got to watch that, dude. I got to get my freaking daily dose. And if I could watch it during work, I totally would do that. Don't tell my boss. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. I mean, Matthew, you have anything else you wanted to touch on with these past 2 episodes?
I'm really excited for the future.
Yeah.
What I'm praying, what like after watching these last 2 episodes, I'm just like, please, God, please don't pull a secret invasion in like every other Disney TV show that's came out
Right.
where it's like a slow burn up. It's like it's really up there and then it goes
All the
just
way
roller
down.
coastered all the way to
Yeah.
the freaking bottom. I really hope that doesn't happen because I think, well, let's just talk about Secret Invasion for a second because it's the most recent TV show we watched. I mean,
Right.
overall, I think we both loved the TV show. It was just like the last couple
Except
episodes,
the
it was just like
landing. Yeah. They
really
just
like you went up really high. Just even if you like like even if you went on a flat curve, right? Even just a partial, that's fine, right? That we can deal with that, right?
mhm.
But they just went up, 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 and like it dropped our scores pretty low on the whole TV show just because of it, and it
Yeah.
makes us fearful. So I just, Dave Filoni, please keep it up. We believe in you. So far, this TV show has been. I mean, I think we haven't given anything less than a 4.5. I don't. I think this has been one of the best TV shows that have came out
Right.
for Disney Plus in a long time. Um, so I really hope that that's the case. We're also, by the way, pretty dang close to Loki season 2 coming out. By the way, so I think that's right after this season's done,
Yeah, dude. I
like
was
the
watching.
week after.
I saw a commercial for it. I was like, dang, that actually look. I mean, let alone we haven't talked about Marvel in a while, as well as it's just we've been mostly talking about DC after the fall of Ant Man and the Wasp. I think that was the last Marvel. Oh, I
Guardians of
guess
the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, that was pretty good. But I don't think we're gonna. Well, yeah, we'll probably see another Guardians of the Galaxy.
We're gonna see Star Lord at least another time. They said
We
that at the
have
end of the
to. I
movie.
mean, I think I don't know,
They said
dude.
Star Lord's coming back, so
That's true.
it's
But
gonna happen.
is it going to be Star-Lord? Is it going to be
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Is it, that's the question, because I think Chris Pratt might move over to DC with what's his name?
Oh yeah.
I can't think
James
of
Gunn.
James Gunn. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll.
I mean, he might, but I know at the end of the Guardians it said Star-Lord will return. So
Right. But who knows? I mean, I think.
and there's
Chris
no one
Pratt
else that's
played
going to
that-
be able to play Star-Lord.
Right.
Disney will lose money.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to watch that.
No.
We'll see. I don't know, but we're gonna. I think that's a wrap, dude.
It is a wrap.
dude. Thanks for showing up, Matt, and putting your insight, because I think you have some really good insight with Star Wars, because you're my Star Wars guy. Just gonna say it.
Holy piss.
What?
Not this Thursday, but next Thursday is when Loki comes out. Season 2.
That works out so well for our schedule.
Gosh, so nice.
That is so freaking nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so I think this is the last 2 episodes, this Tuesday and the next Tuesday of Ahsoka.
Correct.
So we're going to talk about episode 7 next week of Ahsoka, and then the following week,
the last episode, and we could
the
probably
last
go
episode
into. I mean, we
might
kinda
have to
did
do a
2
doubleheader.
episodes. Yeah.
Might have to do a doubleheader. Who knows?
Who
We'll see.
knows?
But that's definitely that's the next thing we're watching for sure.
Oh, 100%.
There's no doubt.
No doubt. I don't know. We should also kind of sit down and figure out our plans, because I think our 6-month plan is up. Oh boy. Yeah, smile. Oh gosh.
She's not happy.
She's got to go to bed. Typical. Yeah, but if you guys want to keep up and know what we're going to be reviewing next week, we're going to be reviewing Ahsoka episode 7. Matthew, did you want to review anything else next week, because it is your show, and you can.
Do I want to what? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Review anything else, like any movies or anything like that, so our viewers can maybe.
So we're only going to
it.
talk about one freaking TV show. Holy. Do you have it HBO Max?
Yeah. You mean Max?
Have you ever Max? Yeah. Have you seen BS High?
I don't think so. What is?
Oh baby. So we'll do that. We'll do a two-hitter quitter. BS High, which is Bishop Sycamore High School. It's a documentary about
that never happened. That was in a high school.
The high school that played IMG Academy that wasn't an actual high school. Yep. So oh my gosh, it's such a good. It's a good documentary.
I started watching that, right? But I don't remember that.
It's so good. So let's do that one in Ahsoka episode 7. Just because if we do one episode of Ahsoka, it's not going to be very long. So, but yeah, we'll do that. Sound like a plan?
Yep, sounds good. We'll do that. But thank you guys for listening yet again. Well, let me plug us. We are on all social medias, except probably Twitter or X. But we're on Instagram and Facebook. Search us the Goof and Goober Show. We're also on all the podcasts platforms. That's Apple, Google, Spotify, Google Bean, whatever you watch it, listen to. We're probably on there. You just search up the Goof and Goober Show, and we should be one of the top searches on there. But guys, thank you again for listening. We are so grateful that you have given us a chance and listened this far. You guys mean a tremendous amount to us, and we hope you have a wonderful week. Guys, have a great week. We'll see you all the next time.
We freaking love all of you. Peace.
Peace. And that's a wrap on another hilarious and unforgettable episode of the Goof and Goober Show. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did recording. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future goofiness. Join us next time as we continue to explore the weird and wonderful world of laughter and entertainment. Remember, you can always connect with us on social media and share your favorite moments using hashtag Goof and Goober Show. Until next time, stay goofy, stay goober, and keep spreading smiles wherever you go. Thanks for tuning in to the Goof and Goober Show with Matthew and Regan.